Ice cream lovers, welcome to this session of Scoop School. Nice to have you here. The buzz is around town. I hear people talking. A lot of very positive feedback. I hear it all over the interwebs. There are little whispers here and there about the single day intensive workshop that we did last week, the week before, on production. It was all about different types of ice cream products. We went through this process of making a whole bunch of different products, talking about the federal standard of identity for a lot of different frozen dessert products. Went through and basically made a whole bunch of products, and we had a lot of people live stream, a lot of good Q&A, and so the feedback was great. So we're holding another one. Yes, you heard me right. We're holding another single day intensive workshop, Scoop School workshop, and this one is all about finance and operations. If you are getting ready for this season, any season really, you really need to kind of tie down exactly what you're doing so far as food costs, labor costs, employee manuals, all of that kind of stuff. So coming up this month, 29th of April, we're having another single day, fully intensive training course going from 9 Central to 5 Central, and talking all about finance and operations. What are we covering, I hear you say? What are we covering? Well, I hear you say. Okay, so we always start off these out with introductions and welcomes. First, we're going to talk about capital outlay. How much are you going to put into getting this ice cream business off the ground? Whether you're going the route of just a farmer's market, whether you want to go food truck, if you want to go full on brick and mortar, we're going to touch on that and talk a little bit about build outs and some of the big costs, what it's going to cost you to get into the business. Next, we're going to talk about food costs. So where to source those flavors, bases, extracts, all of those different things, how to cost out your mix, cost out your menu items, and then how to keep that cost at a really acceptable level. That is one that's really topical today. Mix prices are going up, other products are going up. How to really calculate well and learn to reduce that food cost percentage. Right after that, we're going into labor costs. Let me tell you, we are kind of in a labor pandemic right now so far as finding good people. There's rising costs in your hourly minimum wage. So there's a lot of things that you may feel are working against you. Not so, because we're going to talk a little bit about scheduling, labor costs, how to define labor costs and really keep that labor cost down without sacrificing on customer service. What else are we going to touch on that day, I hear you ask? We're going to talk about HR, hiring, firing, motivating employees. Again, many people are pretty despondent about the fact that good help is hard to find. I say, not so. You can basically take one of these new pieces of clay and mold that employee into one of the best employees you'll ever have. Then we're going to talk about policy procedure manuals, employee manuals. We're going to talk a little bit about how to get buy-in with your operational processes, standard operating procedures, and how to make employees accountable for those manuals. Very, very important. Going to be talking about systems and accountability. You can't have accountability, making kids accountable, for a system that's flawed, and likewise, if you have a great system and you don't keep your employees accountable, then there's no point having a system at all. So we're going to talk about some of the best practices there, and then we're going to basically wrap up the seminar at the end of the day with some good Q&A. Had a great Q&A session in the last one. Again, 29th of April, it's going to cost you $175. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something from me. Let me give you the drum. If you don't get your $175 back worth of value, I'll be very surprised. Anyway, so 29th of April, $175. The link is down below, or you can just go to scoopschool.live. It will take you to the registration page. The agenda will be there. When you sign up, you'll get that agenda with all of the links. Look, we'd love to have you there. Our goal is to give you life hacks, real world experience to help you navigate this process, whether you're just getting into the business, whether you've been in the business for 20 years. This information is key, particularly as we're coming into this season. So I hope to see you there at this single day event, 29th of April. Keep on scooping, and we'll see you there.